Hello Natural Solutions Tribe, I'm Laura and today I'm going to be talking with you for the next 5 or 6 minutes about using essential oils and doTERRA products with your kids. So I'm a mom of a boy and a girl, 8 and 11, and we've been using essential oils for a couple of years. And to be honest, when people ask me, what is it with these oils you use, what do you do with them? One of the things that I'm most proud about as a parent is that I have discovered a way to use natural products and solutions with my kids to help take care of some of the discomforts and things that they might need support with. So it used to be for me, I would either do nothing or I would get something that's over the counter or prescription. And now I feel like there's this in between, this natural option that I can try for my kids. Almost anything that comes up, give it a try, and often it's the only thing that I need to use. And now that they're a little bit older, I'm teaching them to use these oils independently, which is amazing to see your kids kind of initiate and take those first steps towards taking care of themselves. Even at 8, my son has a dozen things that he knows how to take care of independently. I always tell my kids, please tell me when you're not feeling well, ask me if you can use oils. If you know what you want to use, just use it in front of mommy. And if you're not sure what to use, let's figure it out together. And we'll go to our resource book or the app and see what oils are suggested. So I definitely say supervision is important, but empowering your kids to use oils independently is awesome. Okay, you're really gonna see your kids knowing what to use and how to use it for themselves at a pretty young age, and that's exciting. So one of the first sort of category of oils I will talk about with using oils in kids is the touch oil. So I've got some of the ones we use most frequently with our kids right here. So if you're not familiar with the touch line, doTERRA makes oils in roller bottles, pre-diluted, at a degree that it is safe for kids all the way through adults to touch them, put them right on their skin safely. Okay, so there are touch kits with the top 10 oils pre-diluted and in roller bottles ready for you to use with your children and anyone in your family. And there's also oils that you can purchase, and you can purchase any of those top 10 and many others independently or individually rather in the touch version. So let's start with Peppermint Touch. Peppermint Touch is good for so many things. Tummy aches, headaches, elevated body temp. You can get these on your kids in different places, roll them on their feet, roll them on their spine to help them feel cool, relaxed, and more comfortable for a variety of things. So peppermint is one we use a lot with the kids. Digescend Touch is actually nowhere to be found in my office. I think it's probably next to one of my kids' beds. That's one that they can rub right on their tummy when they're having any kind of tummy discomfort to help their stomachs feel better. That's really the only thing we use with our kids for stomach discomfort. It's all we've needed to use. They can use that relatively independently at this stage and give themselves relief with any kind of tummy trouble. Lavender Touch is awesome for any of the scrapes and scratches and things that kids tend to have, rashes, that kind of stuff. I'll give you a quick example. Just yesterday, our relatively new dog scratched my daughter's arm just very superficially with her claws as she tried to jump up and greet her, and she had a couple of mild scratches on her arm. This morning she woke up and was like, "Mom, look, my scratches are gone." And I was like, "Awesome, that's cool, they weren't too bad, huh?" She said, "No, I put my lavender oil, I used my lavender roller last night," because she keeps one of these right next to her bed. And this morning it's gone. I was like, that's great, awesome. So she knows how to take care of her skin with the Lavender Touch. So she has one of these right next to her bed. For my son, he's got the Breathe Touch next to his bed. Breathe Touch is gonna open up those airways and help your stuffy kids feel a little bit better. And so he's got allergies. This is one he needs to use, especially in the spring. And I've taught him to put them directly on his face, on his sinuses, sort of around his head where he has some of that head congestion, and right on his chest. Now, when I taught him to do that, I really drove home the fact that you never want to get your essential oils in your eyes, up your nose, in your ears. Okay, so I probably said that every time we applied these for the first 50 times. And now he really knows and is very careful. Even at age 8, I can be in the next room and be like, "Yep, go ahead and put it on," and trust that he's going to do that safely. So you will get to a point where you can allow your kids to do that independently. I guess I'll stop there with the touch oils. Just know that they're an awesome, safe, super easy way to start with using essential oils with your kids. What next? I'm already at the 4-minute something mark. Let me talk about my preteen. Okay, so my daughter is 11 and her hormones are starting to kick in and impact her skin. And so one of the things I've purchased for her and taught her to use is doTERRA's HD Clear line. So this is a really nice 3-piece line of essential oils and essential oil infused products for preteens to use. Well, not just preteens, anybody who has acne prone skin. So sometimes I use this, certain days I use this too. This is a foaming face wash. I keep this right in our shower so she can use it when she takes her showers. This is an essential oil blend that she can roll right onto her skin to help keep her skin balanced. And then there's a third piece, which is actually up next to her bed, so I didn't go out and grab it. And it's a face lotion that she can apply right before she goes to sleep. So far that trio has been amazing for her. I will tell you again, proud mom, you know, I used Clearasil, Oxy, Seabreeze. If you're around my age, you might know those products that weren't so great in some ways. They may have worked in certain aspects, but then what else were we putting onto our skin and into our bodies when we were using those products? So I'm proud to introduce her to skincare in a way that is so much safer, in hopes that she'll carry that out on throughout life. So the HD Clear line has been a great introduction to a more advanced skincare routine for your slightly older kids. My kids are sports kids, so they play outdoor sports most of the year. And so TerraShield has, again, been something I've taught them to use independently. This is the repellent blend. I've taught my kids that they're going to spray it onto their hand, rub their hands together, and just rub it onto their skin to keep those bugs off of them. So now I'll throw this in their sports bag. They can use it independently. I do tell them, if you're using this with friends who've not used essential oils before, you can let them use it, but you have to tell them to be really careful not to touch their eyes after they put this on. So my kids, again, I probably over the top nailed that home, that when you're using the oils, you're going to wash your hands and you're not going to put it in your eyes. But sometimes they share their products with their friends, and so I've advised them not to do that unless they have the parent there to get permission from, or unless I'm there to ask the parent if it's okay and explain that it's a little bit different. But again, a much healthier version than some of the DEET-infused over-the-counter bug sprays that we buy. What else are our kids' favorites? I'm definitely over the time now. I'll give you just a couple more, because these are things that my kids use all the time with so much success. Breathe drops, scratchy, itchy throats. Everyone in the family grabs the Breathe drops. These have lemon, lavender, and peppermint infused in them. Super effective, kid-friendly taste, which is awesome. I know my kids didn't like any of the other kinds of cough drops we had purchased before the Breathe drops. I actually keep mine in this, what are these called? Mason jars, sorry. And I have the top on it, but it doesn't have the middle part in it, so my kids can just pop one out. I just say, let me know if you guys need to take one. You guys can always use one if you need one, but let me know. And that's just to monitor the amount they use. My kids don't ever use more than they need with these, but I suppose that's an issue that you do want to make sure you're monitoring the amount kids use. I will show you real quick something my kids love. So when we first started using essential oils, that first Christmas, actually, I gifted these to my kids, and they're just the smaller essential oil boxes that doTERRA sells. You can see that my son personalized his immediately, and I was like, oh, it was so pretty. I didn't say it though, I thought it. He actually probably wrote his name on there, so not to confuse his oil stash with his sister's. So my kids do each have some of their favorite, most used oils, most loved oils in their own little boxes in their rooms, which they really enjoy. And I could go on and on and on, but I think I'll leave you with that. Those are some of my favorite ways to empower my kids to take care of themselves with essential oils and doTERRA products. Honestly, I could talk for another hour to give you more information and more ways we use them, but I hope that that's enough to spark an idea or one thing that you might want to do or try with your own kids. If you have questions, if you have comments, if there's anything that you want to ask me, please feel free to throw them in the comments. I will come back and check this video often in the upcoming days to see if there's anything else that you want info about. In the comment section will be a dilution chart for kids. So if you're going to be mixing up essential oil rollers or touch versions on your own, I'm going to give you a chart that you can use to see how much oil to carrier oil, what dilution ratio will work best for the age child that you have. I have lots of other resources, so if you're not quite comfortable using oils on your kids yet and you want more information, please let me know, and I can share some other resources that I used as I was sort of getting comfortable with using oils on my kids as well. All right, bye.